questions you should be able to answer by the end of this video. Number 1, what is a Bohr model? Number 2, how can you use Ape Man to create a Bohr model? And number 3, what rules do you have to follow when creating a Bohr model? First things first, what is a Bohr model? A Bohr model was invented by a scientist named Niels Bohr, who was the first to discover that electrons travel in separate energy levels or shells around the nucleus, and that the number of electrons in that outer energy level or shell determines the properties of an element. Pretty cool, huh? Niels drew a model to represent this new knowledge to show the different parts of an atom. Since then, we realized that the levels are more like a cloud, but we use the Bohr model because it gives us a clear view of the 3 subatomic particles in each atom. Speaking of subatomic particles, this is how we can use Ape Man to start building an atom of each element. Let's take boron, for example. On the periodic table, it looks like this. We can use our knowledge of Ape Man to get the necessary parts to build our Bohr model. So, using the atomic number, we know that boron has 5 protons and 5 electrons, APE. We can also calculate the neutrons using the man. Remember, we round the mass and subtract the atomic number. This gives us 6 neutrons. Now that we have the materials we need to start building, let's build the nucleus first. We know that the nucleus is the center of an atom and contains the protons and neutrons. Nice. We are over halfway there. Building the electron cloud around the nucleus has a few rules to follow as you build. Each level has a limit, meaning it can become full of electrons, and so the remaining electrons will have to go on the next level. This rule is known as the 2-8-8 rule. As we build, the first energy level can only hold 2 electrons because it's such a tiny level. So if an element has more than 2 electrons, you will have to add at least 1 more shell. After the first shell, all shells have a limit of 8 electrons before you have to add another shell.
This 2-8-8 rule only applies to the first 18 elements on the periodic table. But don't worry, because we will not be building Bohr models beyond element 18 this year. This is a great way to get an introduction to Bohr model building and will give you a great foundation for high school chemistry.
Let's build the rest of this boron model so that I can show you what this looks like. Boron has 5 electrons, so I start building my levels, and 2 electrons fit on that first level. So now I build a second level and put the remaining 3 electrons on it. Because this level is not full yet, I am done building this model. Let's do one more example to make sure you get it. Here is sodium. Pause the video and see if you can use your Ape Man skills and your new Bohr model skills to build this model. Okay, now let's build it together and see if yours matches mine. We start with Ape Man and extract the number of subatomic particles we need to build our model. According to Ape Man, sodium has 11 protons, 11 electrons, and 12 neutrons. We will create our nucleus first. Our nucleus should have all 11 protons and all 12 neutrons in the center. Now we build the electron shells, or energy levels, around the nucleus. We have 11 electrons total, so we put 2 on the first level. Now that level is full, so I start to add electrons to the next level. Now that level is full. Remember, each level after the first has a limit of 8 electrons. And I still have an electron left. So what do? I build that third level and I put that last electron there. Hopefully your picture matches mine, but if it doesn't, please make sure to do the assignments and labs in class to get more practice. You are always welcome to come to a tutoring session. That's all for today, folks. See you next time.